And horrendous that we have to worry about such things, but the shooting is raising questions about security at places like supermarkets and shopping destinations. Namely, how much is necessary and how effective can it be against someone who's so heavily armed and armored? Priya Mann's been talking with an expert and joins us live with that part of the story. Priya.
No, Devin, sadly, we've been down this road before asking ourselves what could be done to prevent a mass shooting. Gun safety advocates say stricter gun laws, but that goal will take time. In the immediate here and now, former Detroit Police Chief Ike McKinnon says this specific case is a difficult one to prepare for.
As a retired chief of police in Detroit, I carry a weapon, but what is that going to do to a person who has an AR-15, M16 kind of weapon?
Despite facing a gunman wearing body armor and a tactical helmet, top security guard Aaron Salter did everything he could to save lives.
He fired at him. I think he hit him, but because of the body armor, it meant nothing.
The former police officer and 9 others were killed in the mass shooting. The alleged gunman believed in white supremacist ideology.
We have a whole group of people in this country that thinks the same way that he does. And that's frightening.
Do you think there's anything that could have been done to prevent this?
We'd have to go back to his parents and the people that he associates with and what made him such an angry person. Someone had to hear or see what he was feeling.
Former Detroit Police Chief Ike McKinnon says extra security guards or surveillance cameras would have done little to prevent this mass shooting.
You have a person who basically is unknown to the community, and he comes in from 200-300 miles away with the intention of doing what he did. And so that is most difficult to prepare for.
The day before the shooting, the alleged gunman was casing out the grocery store, and his behavior caught the attention of security guard Aaron Salter.
I think that we have to look at the people who try to stop. The officer was a hero. Here's a man who did everything that he could to protect other people.
And the former police chief of Detroit points out there's more guns in this country than people, but doesn't believe that would have made a difference. The U.S. Department of Justice is investigating this mass shooting as a racially motivated hate crime. The alleged gunman has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Yeah. All right, Priya, I want to tell you ahead here at 6:30, Lester Holt will be anchoring nightly news coverage from Buffalo. He'll look into the warning signs from the suspect and how this tight-knit community has been flipped upside down.